Hello everyone, it's David Matlock, the Realtor. I serve the Middle Georgia area. It includes Bibb County, Monroe County, Jones County, Houston County, and the surrounding counties. I am doing my second market update for the month of February 2025, and I am using the Georgia Association of Realtors data that's available to anyone who is a member. I pay every year for this, so I may as well get some use out of it. And I am happy to get that use out of it by helping inform you guys about what's going on in the community in the real estate market. So let's just get right to it. The new listings for February of 2025 versus February of 2024. This is like the total listings for that month in that year. It was 44 new listings in 2024 versus 35 in 2025. So when we're dealing with numbers that low, it's not necessarily that significant, although this says that it is a 20% change. Almost a 21% change. I mean, that's something that you have to at least pay attention to, especially because Monroe County is so small. And then pending sales was also down. So there was a 25% decrease. So it was 24 pending sales in 2024 versus 18 for February 2025. That's a 25% decrease. Again, these are such small numbers that I'm not really concerned about that. And then closed sales in 2024, February was 23 versus 25 in February 2025 this month. So what that tells us is there's not like a large influx of supply in Monroe County. If anything, that might have gone down a little bit, but things are still selling in Monroe County. Days on market until sales. So this is actually significant. So 2024, February 2024, it was 50 days on market until a sale. So you're talking well over a month, almost 2 months to get a sale versus 33 days in February of this year. So your house in Monroe County is selling faster. So that supply number starts to be a little bit more significant when we see how much quicker things are selling. That's a 34% decrease in the amount of time. So that is definitely something noticeable. So if you're in Monroe County, your house is still very desirable. As someone who lives in the area, I know a lot of people really want to relocate to Monroe County, and then you have a lot of people coming down from Atlanta, probably trying to escape the surrounding counties there, just how expensive Atlanta has gotten. So Monroe County is just kind of one of those strongholds that people flee to when it's getting too expensive in Atlanta or when people want to upgrade from Bibb County. Median sales price. So the median sales price in 2024, this was in the middle of all the sales, so it's not an average, but it's the literal middle sales price of all sales in 2024 was $330,000 for the month of February versus $385,000 in February of 2025. So this is definitely significant, especially when we're dealing with numbers this big. That is a almost 17% increase. So not only is your house selling faster in Monroe County, your house is selling for a lot more money. And we're seeing a lot more expensive houses get listed for sale in Monroe County. I mean, again, this data is not perfect. We don't have access to all the data. Like there's probably off-market sales, especially since Monroe County, has a lot more of a small town feel. You're going to have a lot more handshake transactions, a lot more stuff that goes on that isn't necessarily recorded. But based on what we have, your houses are still selling fast in Monroe County. The average sales price in 2024 was $401,000 versus $407,000 this year. So it's not really significant. I mean, it's noticeable. That just tells us that maybe slightly more expensive houses, but maybe some price growth is going on. Now, this is actually important. So in 2024, February 2024, you received 97.6% of list price. Okay, so that means that when you list for $100,000, you were probably getting talked down to like 97.6, but you still had power to command 97.6% of your list price. February this year is 99%, so there is like no wiggle room for any buyer at all. Like if you name a price in Monroe County that is in line with the conforming real estate around you, you are getting that price, and you definitely have the power to command that. Anyone who's putting an offer, they have to work on your terms. That's a 1% change, but I mean 99%. That's significant when you start talking about how when you get into the $400,000 to $500,000, that average sales price is $407,000. And you're able to get almost 2% closer to what you're looking for. 2% on 400,000, you're looking at $8,000. So you're definitely making more of your nut when you're looking at Monroe County right now. Inventory of homes for sale. In February of 2024, it was 94 homes for sale in the month of February, and then in February 2025 for that month, there was 80 homes for sale. So there is a 15% decrease. I think that's relatively significant. So the inventory in Monroe County has gone down. Prices have gone up. It is a very desirable market. And then the month supply of inventory for 2024 was at 4.2 months, which is relatively normal market. Usually for like a normal market, people are looking in between, I think, the 4 to 6 month. I could be wrong, but I know at least 4 months is like a relatively like normal market. And now we're back to 3.2 months of inventory for February 2025, which is almost a 24% reduction in inventory. So again, if you're in Monroe County, your home is much more valuable because there's less homes for sale. There's not as much competition. People are still buying. You're still getting close to what you're asking for, and you don't have to wait as long to get your home sold. If you're looking to buy in Monroe County, you're just going to have to go with the flow. The sellers still have control in this market. Some markets, buyers are getting more control, but Monroe County is not one of those markets. So please leave a comment down below if you would like your county to get evaluated. I'm expecting to do Monroe County, Houston County next, and then possibly Jones County for the month of February. Georgia Association of Realtors does theirs a little weird, so I probably won't get the March numbers until later this month. As soon as that drops, then I'll start dropping those. If you have any questions, want to list your home, or want to understand more about the market, feel free to DM me, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.